Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 889 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Malda, and I am joined today, as always, in pretend low Earth orbit by Rob Roseboom.
Hello.
And Chris DeBona.
Hi.
So much energy. I used it up. Now you guys carry it the rest of the way.
What's with the judginess, man? The hell?
Yeah.
No, I'm
listen, we've been telling people it's okay to not be okay. Blah, blah, blah. I don't need you guys to say, "Oh, I'm doing great" when I ask you how you doing. I'm not gonna. And you coming in here like, where's your energy?
No, I was saying I had too much energy.
Oh, you have too much energy. Is it connected to the bean water you're sucking on?
Yeah, I've been sucking on my bean juice.
All right.
No, your energy level. I'm saying my energy level was too high.
It sounded good.
I activated my big radio DJ voice.
Sunday.
Time for the morning zoo.
Yeah, I don't think I got time for that.
Nope. All right. What do we got on the list? Well, we have Cockatoos. I do like that.
Whoa, language.
Yeah, I know. I do like that. A large percentage of Geeks in Space content is animals doing weird things.
Animals doing animal things.
Well, that's true.
We're not gonna. Let's check the animal talk.
Okay. Well, these cockatoos learned to drink out of drinking fountains, and there's a video.
So I gotta ask. You know how people have fountains in their yard, and they're always showing birds using the fountain, showering and
this is the best.
Drinking the water and pooping in it. You know, it's like, isn't that pretty normal? Is it just that this cockatoo went the extra step and hit a button?
I mean,
it's that he hit the button. He figured out how to make it work by watching people. That's the.
Here we go.
And it's a whole team too. Like they're just all hanging out, doing their thing.
Okay.
Drinking from the water fountain. I think it's neat. So good for them. They found access to a new supply of water.
You know, I mean, has anyone told the cockatoos they shouldn't put their mouth on the water fountain?
That's only allowed in Pawnee.
Oh, okay.
I think if you have a beak, you can just jam your beak in there. It's okay.
You're not worried about bacteria on your beak?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're ever worried
about
related flus or sicknesses.
Right.
Fair enough.
Okay.
In a more serious story, we have this one's weird. The Ukraine, actually you're not supposed to say the Ukraine, right? It's just Ukraine. They have been tracking their IP addresses. And what's interesting is, like, you think about war and you think about like the physical costs or maybe even the financial costs, but you can kind of measure this because their IP address range, things are happening to it because that's a valuable asset that gets taken or taken advantage of. But this article is talking about how over the course of the war, they're losing IP addresses, and they've got like graphs and charts. It's just it's a weird thing to think about like that for me anyway. Remember when you used to just be able to get like a Class C, like you could just fill out a form and get one?
Oh yeah. I mean, don't you have one? I mean,
no.
Or do you have the whole Class A, like the MIT?
Yeah. No, I got one dynamic IP that just changes all the time, and I hate it.
Okay.
I remember when I was in college. Our entire dorm, every student on the floor got a static IP, unfirewalled, unnatted, just a straight. Here's an IP. They had a Class C or something for the dorm building. I was like, wow,
that's cool.
That was the good old days, man.
Now that's the most valuable thing that college owns.
That's probably true. Chris, you turned really blue.
I know. I'm like messing with my white balance. And I'm not loving it.
Now you're like a strawberry.
I just assume it was the oxygen feed in your capsule.
Well, sometimes you go without.
Veruca. I thought you were Veruca salting.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow. That's a whole thing that's happening there.
All right.
All right. The next one that we have on the list, there's a trailer for Noah Hawley's Alien TV series, Alien Earth.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool looking.
Trailer looks good. I liked Legion a lot. The trailer,
Is
like,
that what he did before?
yeah, that was one of his big things. They set it up with a lot more of this is more of like the robots, which I thought was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
He's an uploaded person.
It looks like they're transferring consciousness
I guess, yeah.
into from humans into robots.
Yeah.
And I guess they're going to use them to go get the aliens.
He goes into Amelie's body from
into Amelie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's a different actor.
Given that movie now is like 30 years old, yeah, it seems pretty likely.
Well, they've just cryogenically frozen her body.
Right. I mean, come on, it's the future, man.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they did it just fine for Sigourney Weaver.
Audrey Tattoo, is that her name? You know?
Yeah. No, I'm it comes out in August. I'm excited about that one. Alien Earth?
Alien Earth. So it's an Earth that has an alien on it. I'm assuming a really friendly one like E.T. and not some demonic goat alien.
No, it's just the xenomorph, dude. This is Alien. we know what the aliens look like.
It's like a totally normal goat.
Yep.
No, I'm sure it's not
3 aliens
abducted.
3 horns.
I mean, although I will say, giving the goat a speaker so that he can annoy his neighbors with his rap music.
Oh, I thought that was a harmonica holder, like Blues Traveler.
Like Bob Dylan.
Singer of Blues Traveler, right?
Yeah.
It's Goat Dylan.
It's Goat Dylan.
Yep.
Everybody must bleat. All right. I'm excited about that show. I hope it's not terrible. I have zero hopes. I didn't put it on the list, but I think
There's
the new
Predator show too.
A new Predator movie just came out.
That's Killers, right?
Yeah, like today. I think I just saw something about it in the feeds. So I'm
yeah. The only thing I've seen is
animated.
People hate the way the new Predator looks.
Oh, they redesigned it.
An adolescent Predator.
Oh.
And it doesn't look like the other one, so people, of course, are super mad about it.
I struggle with that sort of thing. Like, I feel like in the comic book world, when a new artist takes over a comic book, you expect that there's minor design changes and like you want to be true to the design, but there will be certain aesthetic changes. And it's weird that with certain things, like Star Wars is a good example, right? Like they're like, this doesn't look like Star Wars. And like, well, yeah, but like when a comic book, when you give a different guy the pencil, it looks a little different too. And it's always weird to me that people freak out about things like that. Like, this is years later, different technology.
Star Wars,
though, like nobody actually is that vested in how the Predator looks after 27 movies and Alien versus Predator crossovers and comic books. I don't think anyone actually gives a shit. I think this is just us responding to some bullshit viral marketing stuff. It's like, I don't know that anyone gives a shit. It's like, I don't think anyone gave a shit when Kara Thrace played Starbuck.
Yeah. I think in movies, though, it's a little bit different if something started in a movie as opposed to a graphic novel or a comic or something else like that. When you change it up, when it starts in a movie and then it gets changed in a later movie, people have more of a problem with that than adaptations, I think.
I mean, you're probably right, but in the end, it's Predator.
That would never stress me out,
There's
really.
nothing precious in here.
Doesn't stress me out either. Yeah. I'm just telling you the only thing I've heard about it.
You're wrong, Rob.
Because I really liked the last Predator, the Prey, was it?
Right. Yeah. Amber Midthunder.
Yeah, I liked that one a lot. It was good fun.
Yeah, she was in the Novocaine movie.
Yeah, she was in the Novocaine movie.
Yeah, I get it. She's pretty sharp.
She's solid. She was very charismatic.
Solid, charismatic actor.
Yeah. Let's see. We have, guys, it's the world's smallest violin.
Oh.
Is this the one that's been playing for Elon and Trump this last couple days?
Yep.
No, that's the divorce tuba that's playing.
the divorce taco. It's just they use nanotech to
play it, or is it just like a stamp?
It's just a picture.
Just a stamp.
But they made it with nanos.
Yeah, play it. who cares? It's not anything but just a bunch of chips lined up. You know,
It's the
Look how
smallest
little
thing
we
that they've
made this
done.
thing.
so they shove something around with a scanning electron microscope.
I guess.
I
It's
mean,
the
I guess-
world's
I guess
etch a
the
sketches
jobs you do.
were hard to use. You know, just try to make that.
Yeah, it's true.
I can't even
Well, I mean, it's not perfect. It's got like these lines across the board here, and you know.
God, art critic.
Well,
First you're dissing on how Predator redesigned the character, and now you're dissing on the
the way
violin
these
design.
guys have abused the efforts of luthiers over the centuries is very offensive to me as an artist.
Yeah. I don't think that's the story.
I don't care. This is good for them.
Good for them.
Good for them. For drawing
I didn't
little
read this one, Rob. You shared this one. This is the story about the nuclear bomb at the bottom of the ocean, which seems fine.
This is a really weird one. So I don't know the whole physics of it, but the idea is that so they're going to bury this bomb. The proposal is, and if they fracture enough basalt somehow, that sequesters extra carbon.
Oh.
So they're like, well, we'll just do this, swallow up a whole bunch of carbon, fix climate change, and then later in the paper they acknowledge that there might be some issues with long-term radiation poisoning for things, but they're like, you know, honestly, it's a drop in the bucket. Ocean's huge. We can blow a whole bunch of bombs and probably not affect the food webs.
Probably.
So, you know, just a great idea. We should probably do it and see.
We're thinking outside the box, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about this.
I'm reading the article.
I don't like this. Just to be clear.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, like I feel like we blew up enough nuclear bombs, like in the Bikini Islands and all that, and like we did that enough. Let's not do that anymore.
All right.
Or we could do it in space.
I mean, I'm just telling you, it's getting warm enough that I'm pretty sure in a few years I'll be able to grow pineapples in the backyard here. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
they'd move all the zones north. So,
but once the water wars start,
you know, yeah,
and everyone starts draining the Great Lakes.
Yeah, when they start
So,
draining the Great Lakes, we're in
talking
trouble.
about the plowshare program in this thing, and you know, my dad worked on that. You know, so they're talking about the second of the largest plowshare experiments. My dad did about a month after I was born, the first largest, Canakin. So,
and 9 months before you were born, he spent a whole lot of time.
Listen, dude, that's not cool.
Oh.
Let's just
whoa,
dial it back. All right.
That's
just gross.
So anyway, we're not going to talk about your dad's balls being radiated.
Well, I mean, there's a reason I have an extra nipple. Sorry, the right number of nipples compared to you guys, but
right, an odd number.
Yeah.
The perfect amount.
Your number of nipples is not even the oddest thing about you, Chris.
Well, you know that goat from the
right
show with the
three-horned goat.
Yeah, three-horned goat.
Totally normal.
Yep, normal, just like you. All right, we got a story about Walt Disney's granddaughter who doesn't like it. What? She doesn't like it that they're gonna make an animatronic of Walt Disney, which is kind of the greatest story like in a long time, because of course this is exactly the controversy that happened over the Abe Lincoln animatronic. Like exactly the same thing. Like people freaked the hell out that you can't make an animatronic of Abe Lincoln. It's disrespectful. And Walt's like, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway.
When I read this, I just assumed there was an animatronic Walt Disney someplace.
I'm sure there is. I know there's all kinds of statues and and Walt Disney loves that crap. You know.
I mean, I could see if they were trying to incorporate his remains into the robot, like it was just a big skull that talked to you in Walt Disney's voice. Sure, that would be in poor taste. But I mean, they have animatronic. All kinds of
people. They'll put him in the Circle of Progress, whatever the hell it's called.
The Hall of Presidents.
Beautiful tomorrow.
He should just sit in the Hall of Presidents right in the center. I am Walt Disney. Welcome to the Hall of Presidents. Yeah. You can't be offended by this because look at this. I've done this to all of our presidents, living and dead.
What they should do, they should just replace him with the Howard Stark guy from the Iron Man movies. You know, because like people already think that that's who Walt is, right?
Kind of, yeah.
So, 3.
Uh,
Batman, you know. So yeah.
yeah. Well, they think it's Elon Musk, man. I know. They think he's so great.
Also from Iron
They,
Man.
they think Elon Musk is Tony Stark.
Ugh,
I know.
Tony Stark.
It's crazy, right? Yeah, that's just like you couldn't have done that as an Onion story. Like that's so on the nose as
Which
far
one are
as
we talking about now?
I'm sorry, the Walt Disney thing.
Gotten 14 levels deep on the, you know, to Elon Musk. To
Yeah,
Trump.
no, just it's crazy because like I've watched many YouTube videos about animatronics.
Yeah, sure.
And like the controversy of Abe Lincoln and all that, like that was a big deal. People freaked the hell out about that.
Was it really people freaking out?
Yes.
Or is it like how people are like, oh, everyone peed their pants when that first train was on screen? It's like
You should I'll try to dig it up. I think Defunct Land maybe did like a huge series on the history of animatronics. And the Abe Lincoln thing was really controversial. And there's like newspapers were writing about it. Like it was a controversial thing back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly was a news story, right? I don't know if it's as controversial as say abortion or anything like that. You know, I think a few people were mad and they wrote a story about it. You know, where they protest, did people not go to Disney at large scale because they had animatronic Lincoln? Or
there were like religious people. There were like religious people saying that this is an abomination. Like da 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 da.
But we grew up at the time with the satanic panic. So people were doing that all the time. But D&D still existed. Nothing like the far and away the majority of people didn't give a shit.
Well, that's true of
there
most
are a few
things.
vocal people.
That's true of most
but
things.
that one in particular,
Well,
anyway,
it's interesting. Just because I just like the history repeating itself story to that. We've also got an erotically decorated 200-year-old condom that, guys, we can go see at a museum right now.
And for a small fee, you can rent.
You got plans?
No.
Are we gonna field trip? Get a road trip?
I'm just saying, like they would make an excellent addition to Greenfield Village.
Oh, yeah. All right. Or they can just put it on the animatronic Walt Disney.
Right.
Oh, now he is
so
safe.
It's made out of a sheep's appendix, and it has drawings on the side of it, so that I'm not exactly sure when exactly you're looking at the drawings, but they're there.
They're available to whoever wants to get up close.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Sorry, my wife was just texting. Go through. Anyways, media. Been watching things, reading things.
You know what I watched, Chris? You know what I watched this week, Chris? Because of you, I watched Deadly Friend.
Oh, because of me. Don't blame me.
You told me, you ordered me to watch this movie. It was demanded.
No, you didn't. It was me.
It was you. And watch it's fun. No, it's really fun.
Once Bitten is his.
Once Bitten. Okay,
I did not tell you to watch it though.
I also watched Once Bitten.
The one with Johnny Lee Miller, I probably was like, yeah, you should probably watch that because it's kind of funny. But
no, Rob, I kind of really liked Deadly Friend.
It's Wes Craven flick.
Yeah, right? It's Wes Craven.
Terrible. It's just what's terrible about it is the special effects weren't good enough for the idea.
They put special and special.
Well, the robot was so dumb that it was amazing.
Yeah, that she somehow
just the design
robotic.
Of the robot. Like it's really bad.
It's just her though at first.
In the first half of the movie, the kid has the robot walking around with him. And
but he puts the chip in her head.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And then but then isn't there a scene where later she becomes a robot somehow, or is that just a dream sequence?
No, there's a dream sequence but anyway, I just thought that I enjoyed that movie a lot. It's dumb, but like there's some really cool visual stuff.
I mean, the basketball head crushing scene has been in so many different things throughout the years.
For sure. For sure. The other one, the Once Bitten, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
That was what passed for a date movie back in the 80s.
Wow.
You know?
I also watched Anchorman, Bill and Ted 1, and I think that's all I watched in the last couple of days. Poker Face, I mentioned right before we started streaming. Like the last couple of episodes of Poker Face have been really fun.
The first season was good.
The first season was fun too. Like it's one of those things. Like I kind of felt like it was wearing out a little bit towards the end of last season, but this season has had several, like 3 or 4 really good episodes.
We finished Clarkson Farm.
Oh, is it all done now?
Is it all listed?
Were you shipping Harriet and Caleb as hard as Kat and I were?
You know, I was wondering if they'd hook up, but he's already engaged and has a kid and and everything. And then she disappeared. I thought she was delightful.
Yeah.
Then she just suddenly didn't appear in the show anymore.
She came back for like, she was in like 2 episodes and then came back for 1, and
yeah, and that was it.
That was it. So. But yeah, she was a charming character. I haven't seen the most recent like 2 episodes that came out. The last one that I saw is he bought the pub.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how opening day goes and just see all the fuck ups that people make when they don't understand what it takes to make a restaurant work.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, it's not just cooking food for someone. That is like 20% of the restaurant.
Right.
That's why people go. But the actual running of the restaurant.
James May in the restaurant business?
No, he's not James May. Although he does talk to Clarkson and gets a chromed out tractor that they hang from the ceiling of this pub. Also, the ladies they got to decorate the fucking thing. He's talking about how he wants to be a good British pub, and they're ordering, like marble tabletops for his traditional Irish pub. I'm like,
no,
our English pub. I'm like, that is not what.
No,
you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, and for a man who drinks that much, I mean,
yeah,
you'd think he'd know.
And it was interesting to watch him say, well, I only want to use British products here.
Yeah.
And having explained to him, okay.
Have to backpedal.
It was like, did you watch the Senate hearing where the Commerce Secretary was talking to a senator and they're like, well, you know how tariffs don't work the way you say they do. I believe you know how they really work. And she's like, bananas, for instance, what are we doing with that? Why are they more? And he's like, well, until we get American suppliers. And she's like,
of bananas?
You can't make bananas here.
Yeah.
We are never going to get American supplier for bananas, you fucking moron.
Yeah. Don't get me started on TSMC.
Yeah. So anyway. The putting together the pub was kind of a shit show, and the farm is a fucking shit show this year.
Yeah.
And he makes a good point. He's like, I say a lot that luckily for me, I'm not reliant on this farm for my income.
Yeah, for sure.
But if I was, I've just had 2 terrible years. In this first year, he managed to make like $3,000 profit for the entire year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking hard business.
Hard business. That show has been really, like, I knew abstractly how difficult farming was, but they do a really good job. And I assume that this is Clarkson's kind of right-wing leaning tendencies, but there's a lot in there about, I want to do this, and then, but here's the law that prevents me from doing that. Like a lot of it is explaining how the regulations don't make sense in various situations, and it's
city
really interesting.
Councils,
the city council,
and he has to deal with way more red tape and bullshit than he would if he was in the U.S.
Yeah. But yeah, like I really enjoy the show for that, especially just to see the hoops he has to jump through just to do what he wants to do. There's a couple of things out. I already mentioned Predator. There's something else coming out this weekend that I wanted to see, but
so like I wasn't
digital, and then Ballerina's coming out on Friday.
Yeah, I for sure wasn't going to go see the Fantastic Four.
Oh, is that coming out this weekend?
No, it's coming.
It's coming, but I'm serious. I think they could revitalize the movie industry with novelty popcorn buckets, dude. Because I would go to the Fantastic Four just to get a Galactus popcorn.
Well, I told you I'll buy you a Galactus popcorn when I go, because I'll definitely go
but
see it.
like a lot of people were collecting the Dune ones
Yep.
as well. Like
The Deadpool one was funny too.
Yeah, they should just start. Every movie should have its own collectible popcorn bucket now.
I guarantee you the executives are thinking exactly the same thing.
So this sounds like terrible. I mean, where do you end up storing these quickly turning rancid popcorn buckets?
You wash them.
I presume you'd wash them and then you just put them wherever you put anything else plastic.
On your mantle.
Are they plastic or are they like cardboard and plastic?
They're plastic.
And what are they? I know it sounds ignorant.
They're
for
collectibles.
They're the Doom or the Deadpool buckets.
I don't think they're sheep intestines, so you don't have to worry about that.
They're not made out of an appendix.
Condom. Yeah, I think they're just plastic, so they exist forever, and they slowly get into microplastics, and then you store them in your balls.
If you want to erotically etch them, you have to do that yourself. That does not come with. That does not come with the serving from AMC theaters.
There we go.
17.5 inches tall, 20 inches wide. It's the universe's biggest popcorn festival.
To ship.
It's just at the store.
Nonsense?
It's at the movie theater, Chris. You just take it off the shelf.
They have an injection molding machine at the theater, and they injection mold it with the popcorn inside it.
Yep.
The sides of the helmets is what gets me.
Yeah.
Like that might be a good thing to hold, but imagine how much space is just wasted in that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, does the popcorn go into the ears?
No.
It's
just that's
sealed off.
Or holding on
You
to,
should
or
put soda in there, right?
oh, that would be the shit.
Like I'm a popcorn.
Oh, no, hear this. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Both sides hold different kinds of sodas. This is a couples thing.
Oh,
right. Straw out of each side.
The lady in the meets Galactus.
Diet on one side, regular for on the other.
Because you have to have popcorn. Movie theaters nowadays have food. You could put nachos. You could put spaghetti. In there.
Spaghetti, yeah.
Soup. You can put movie soup in there.
Better than some chicken chowder.
You charge a fortune for a chowder head.
I love movie theater chowder.
The perfect cinema food.
Beer in the ears.
Yep. That's
They're
true.
like they could make $50 a head.
There's nothing I enjoy more than the dramatic moment in the movie and listening to the whole audience just sucking their soup.
So you're just eating my head full of goulash.
Like this is cool, but if it was spaghetti or goulash or chicken nuggets, this would be a better commercial. And like
it'd be like 80 chicken nuggets in that fucking thing. Like $70.
I'm gonna need my tendies.
No, think like 100. I mean, this is a movie theater we're talking about. You could fit like 4 orders of tendies in there.
Right?
You're gonna just hand it down the aisle, back and forth.
And
nuggets for the whole theater.
No matter how many nuggets they put in there, they're gonna be gone before the trailers are over.
I'm picturing the chicken jockey moment where people start throwing headfuls of nuggets around.
Yeah. So
if they were really committed to the bit, they could have the ears actually be like a flexible plastic, a TPU.
Oh.
And it could be like a Plastic Man hands. They could have like all kinds. Every character has their own bucket. Sue Storm's is clear, I guess. And
well, they just tell you they gave it to you and they're mad you lost it.
Oh, and you could put General Tso's chicken inside the things. Because it's like then you're kind of eating
extra spicy wings for the Human Torch.
Yeah.
I mean, the possibilities are endless. They really should have gotten a hold of us before they started cranking this out.
Well, so my question for you is this going to make the movie any better? Do you think the movie's going to be terrible?
No, the movie's going to be fine.
I think the movie's going to probably suck.
Yeah.
Have you seen Thunderbolts yet?
Because they put all the creativity in the popcorn bucket. They even fucked that up, evidently, because we came up with 8 different ways this could be better. In like 2 minutes.
Filling it with salsa. Oh, gross.
A salsa ear and a guacamole ear and chips. And nachos in the middle. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you're done with it like that, you take it with you. That's your new coffee cup as you drive down the road. You just
Yeah.
Drinking a Galactus head full of coffee. Ah!
I can't use my cell phone, but they can't stop me from using
using
this.
I was just drinking my coffee.
I'm sorry, Galactus eats worlds. You don't drink out of his head while driving 75 down 94, sir.
Well, I assure you, in some universe, you do.
All right.
So.
All right. All right, let's say goodbye to Chris DeBona.
Light 2, is that the implication?
And goodbye to Rob Rose. Boom.
All
right.
That was episode 889 of Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander talking Malta, and I'll see you some other time. Bye-bye.